Hey, jambo guys, this is your guys Ziki na karibu kwa show. Kama kawaida, muwapelekaga na rada, Jaziki hapa. Kwa nimemiss tampla yangu bwana. Anyway, karibu kwa show. Actually, show is not sponsored by Coke or World Cup. Just napenda itambla. Anyway, nini imenileta hapa leo? Nataka kuwachanua by the way. Na ukisikia sauti huko nyuma background watu wacheza ball, actually some colleagues wanacheza ball. So after duty we get a chance ya ku mingle, to have fun, kufanya mazoezi kidogo after duty. So it's good. Some of them wanaenda kucheza ball, wengine wako TikTok somewhere, mimi niko hapa naunda content. We have time, yani after duty you need to find something, some hobby to do. Ndio sikue, unajua Gulf inakuwa na a lot of loneliness and mental health issues. Watu kwa wameboeka ni hawana form. You have to find something. You have to find something after duty. You have to find something. Anyway, hiyo sio story imenileta hapa. So the main story imenileta hapa ni for those people walikuja Gulf kitambo. Meaning walikuja sana sana nikigrow by then nilikuwa nasikia I used to hear people saying, maybe the older guys wakasema mimi naenda Afghanistan. Afghanistan was very famous hiyo time. Mtu alikuwa anaenda anakuambia huko nalipo 80,000, 100,000. That time 100,000 so it was a lot of money. Ukiwa na 100,000 ulikuwa na kashamba hiyo side za Kamulu, Kangundo Road ndio ilikuwa zimevuma. Ilikuwa sana kichaka town na grow ikienda hivyo. Hizo side za outcasts za Nairobi, Kitengela, you know. So hiyo time a lot of people used to travel. Sikuwa nimesikiaga Qatar. Nilikuwa nimesikiaga to Dubai. So nikigrow nilikuwa nasema at least after school nilisema nataka kwenda Dubai. But luckily nikapata chance ya Qatar. Na that now mtu akiniuliza nataka kufanya kazi wapi, ndamwambia Qatar, 5-10. I really want to work in Dubai because pale kuna a lot of chaos, watu ni wengi, hustle ni kama ya mtaa. Hustle ni real Dubai. Yes. Kuna wale kama Dubai kuna mtu analala nje. Mkenya kama chokora, let me say, homeless. Na Qatar kuna mtu, Dubai, kuna mtu ameomoka ni songo kupindukia. So hizo both lives ziko uko Dubai. But Qatar, I don't think kunakuwa na homeless unless ulitoroka and you are a kemboy na unajaribu kutafuta job. So anyway, nini imenileta hapa? So what I was trying to say, or I'm saying is, ukikumbuka tuseme serikali ya Uhuru kurudi nyuma, kazi zilikuwa zinapatikana, zilikuwa mingi, ndio like Gulf ilikuwa imeanza kudevelop, ndio kazi zilikuwa zinatokea, people were scared. Wanasema Saudi watu wanauliwa, Uarabuni huko watu they are being sacrificed, wanaosha manyoka, you know, this kind of stories, they are there and they are still there until today. So your time, what I can say, because I normally advocate against the rogue agents na human trafficking. Yes, you know, nowadays there's a lot of human trafficking, but it's being imerembeshwa in a way that you can't tell is human trafficking. Yes, a lot na you can't tell, but you have to be smart to know that is a human trafficking which is going on. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, wakati wa serikali ya Uhuru kurudi nyuma, hatukuwa na a lot of cases that kulikuwa na rogue agents. Mostly kulikuwa na legit agents. People were begging people to come to Qatar. Mtu alikuwa na tuseme agent, maybe the new agents when walikuwa in town, walikuwa naenda kwa kijiji yao naambia mzazi tafadhali tupe mtoto aende kazi. They used to beg people to go for work. A lot. They used to beg people like, si kama saizi people are begging agents to bring them to Qatar and Saudi and Gulf and other Europe countries. It was really famous that time. But now, saizi rogue agents wamekuwa wengi sana and we are being affected as millennials. Millennials saizi wajua si ndio wazazi. Gen Z saizi ndio wanang'ang'ana. So we are being affected a lot because unapata tunaenda kwa agents, agent anakudanganya kuna kazi, but hakuna kazi. Really sad. Now a lot of people wamekuwa hapa wako stranded kwa hizi streets za Gulf. To be specific, industry area mingi yani ukiingia kwa hizo manyumba you will know people are struggling. So what I'm trying to say also, hizi rogue agents zilianza lini? Time ya serikali ya Kasongo. There's a time he promised around 4 million jobs for the youth to the Gulf, to Europe. Like he said, foreign jobs, watu wataenda nje, around 4 million youth watatoka, atatafuta kazi. He promised. Kasongo promised. Even people, the Senate, wakaenda wakafungua agencies zao. Like whatever we are talking about, the rogue agents and genuine agents, kuna zile agents they belong to the members of parliament. Yes, ziko mingi sana na zinatumika. So kuna zile rogue agents hizi ndio zinaleta watu, kuna zinawadump kwa streets. Na it's really sad to know that hizi issues zote zilianza time ya the KK government. By the time alipromise atapeleka watu Gulf, and he did his foreign relationship with other countries, now the rogue agents pia wakaingilia katikati, and we are being scammed. And I don't know if it's true, because I've been watching some videos going around pale online za our honorable president Mr. Ruto. Alipromise watu kazi, and then kwa kuja our honorable foreign affairs, anaitwa nani huyu mzee, Musalia, I think Musalia, and then there's CS Mutua, Minister of Labor or something and Foreign Works. Akapromise watu makazi, na ikakuwa trend last year, towards the end of last year and early this year, ikakuwa trend, and it trended, watu wakaenda, and even the police were recruited by the Qatar, and they graduated. Now wanakuaga hapa within tu, wanafanya kazi yao. But what about the other jobs apart from the police? Apart from the police, kuna hao wengine wenye walikuja hizi kazi zingine kama za nursing. By the way, kuna mademo walikuja nursing, but now they are using the agents. Even the CS mtu anasema yeye kazi ziko Majuu, but it's not direct, wanatumia agent, because the agents watakusaidia kufanya hizo recruitment processes za go through medical documentation and everything. It will take some money, but now the rogue agents and the other brokers wanachukua a lot of money, wanachukua more than 250,000. But some jobs, actually some companies zilikuwa zimepromise zitapeana kazi, but hazikuja kupeana kazi in full, and they had already recruited a lot of guys, wamechukua down payment ya 55,000, na people never traveled. As we are talking right now, kuna Mkenya ako tu Kenya, alilipa 55,000, akaacha kazi na akapeana passport yake kwa agency. Until now as we are talking, tuko mwezi wa 8 tarehe 9, hajaisafiri, na probably alianza last year mwezi wa 8 ama mwezi wa 9 ama December. Until now hajasafiri, na passport yake iko na agent. Yeah, that's sad. So there's some videos nimecombine ziko hapa, you will see how this began. Like it ilianza wakati wa campaign our president, the time he promised these jobs. Until now there are so many people, so many youth who are stranded in Gulf because of these jobs. But kuna wale genuinely wanaletwa na wako kazi, na kuna wale manases who came, most of them they're earning between 3,000 and 3,500. Ukiongeza overtime they get up to 5,000, equivalent to Kenyan shillings is around let's say 200,000 and plus 210. Yeah, let's say 210,000. Na some of them they are complaining, wanasema the agents negotiated or the government negotiated for less salary, because when they got here wanapata other nationalities they are getting better salaries than them. Wanapata maybe 8,000, 10,000 house allowance and other things, but our government, our agents will negotiate for minimum wage of around maybe 2,500 or 3,000, which is, I'm not sure, these are just allegations kutoka kwa some of the agents. Wana complain because watu wale waleta wanasema wanaleta na wana hand pesa kidogo. But let's watch these videos na how those youths wenye walibaki Kenya, wenye wajai travel, how they are complaining, how they are blaming the government, how they are blaming CS Mutua, how they are blaming the foreign affairs minister. Like wana blame to, they are pointing towards the government, because the government came up with the exercise, came up with the plan of exporting labor, but wakachukua pesa kwa Kenya and they never traveled. Again, there's another thing, people, by the way, you have to be careful. If you are watching this for the first time, maybe you know someone who's planning to travel, kuna ingine imetokea inaitwa ya youth funds. Youth funds. So what they are doing, I had done a video earlier, but let me just clarify 1 minute. Youth funds zinapewa kwa, let's say in this less fortunate counties zenye ziko na watu wenye hawaja develop sana sana. So unaambiwa unapewa youth fund to start a business. But now the CEO wa youth fund aliamua kupatia mavijana the youth fund allowance ama loan, waende kwa agent wanunue nazo kazi za kuja Gulf. In terms of serikali inasaidia Kazi Majuu. So hii Kazi Majuu unapata now the youth ameenda pale apply for the youth fund, akipewa let's say 150,000, the agents need 250,000, so you ask to pay the 180 plus extra 70,000, and then unaambiwa utaenda Kazi Majuu. And where else some of the job they are sponsored by the employer. Na some of them walipewa hizo pesa wakalipa kwa agents na they have never traveled as we are talking today. There's maybe 1 or 2 who traveled because of trying to make the exercise to look legit, because they have to make sure 1 or 2 person wame travel to be an evidence. So kuna wale wame travel 2 or 3, especially Dubai. Sasa wanasema wanaenda Kuwait. But if you're trying to apply for this youth fund, please be careful, because utakuwa ni umeskamiwa na utajipata babaya. In short, hebu tuachizi video zenye nimecombine hapa, like how this scam zilianza na mbona zimekuwa famous, na a number of people, a number of guys and big number of Kenyans are struggling. That is the truth, by the way, through rogue agents. Hapa Doha. So before you travel, do your research, ask questions, ingia DM ya mtu unaona Qatar, ingia DM ya relative wako Qatar, mwambie nimepata offer letter. Hey, don't be scared. Otherwise ignorance itakupata kwa mikono mbaya. Na ukiambiwa na mtu hii ni agent mbaya, let's confirm first. Listen. Kama hujai travel. Kama hujai travel pia, try to ask, because sometimes unajifanyaga because I've been in Qatar. Most of the people even who are stranded, they have been in Qatar before. They have been in Saudi before. They have been in Dubai before. And other people are running from Qatar going to Dubai thinking they are going to a better place. Wanako huko stranded. Hawajaipata kazi. Anyway, watch hii video, si ndio? And then you leave your comment and share.
Vijana 400,000 400,000 wameenda kufanya kazi nje ya Kenya. 400,000. Mimi nataka wewe Chege, nataka vijana wa kanisa hii ya AIPCA wawe kati ya hawa vijana wanaenda kufanya kazi nje. Kazi unaenda kulipwa mshahara 1,100, 1,200. Ni pesa kidogo hiyo? Ni pesa kidogo? So nimetengeneza wale watu wa National Employment Authority. Na nimetangaza, sijui mbona watu wasikii. You know? Every month vijana 10,000. Vijana ngapi? Unanisikia? Wewe Chege, hawa viongozi make sure kati ya hawa vijana wanaenda kufanya kazi nje ya Kenya, vijana wa AIPCA wawe hapo katikati. Ama hamtaki vijana wenu waende wafanye kazi? Kwani mtu anachagua mahali ya kufanya kazi? Si kama kwa mjengo yuko kazi si unaenda kufanya? Yes. Kama kwa mtandao kazi si unaenda kufanya? Yes. Kama Marekani kazi iko si unaenda kufanya? Yes. Ama namna gani? Yes. So please, badala ya let us look for opportunities. Badala ya kuwa watu ya kulalamika, let us be part of the solution. How do we?
All right, good evening. Is the dream to have a job, any job, or whatever job, anywhere? The question of labor mobility is central to a country's progress, but it's even more important to citizens. We all want to be gainfully engaged so that we can provide for ourselves and those we care about. We do know that employment in Kenya has been falling. The quality of work is also quite problematic. The government has been aggressively pushing Work Abroad program where the state says it has taken close to 400,000 Kenyans overseas. The question tonight is this: are the jobs abroad the solutions for our employment issues back at home? Our audience, it's an expert audience that has come tonight to speak on this question. Are jobs abroad the solution to Kenya's unemployment? You have your cards, all right? Raise them as high as you can. Green is it is a solution, red it is not a solution. Green is a solution, red it's not a solution. Let's see. A couple of reds, some greens. All right, so I want to come to the president and then I want the microphone to go around. Please remember how you voted. Let's listen to the president now. We do have that clip.
Vijana ambao tumewapatia placement nchi tofauti tofauti duniani kwa ile program tumesign ya labor mobility, tumesign bilateral labor agreements na nchi tofauti tofauti. Vijana 1,400. Unanisikia? 400,000. Huyu mtua huyu anaelewa hiyo kazi. Wameenda kufanya kazi nje ya Kenya. Ile pesa tunapata ya remittance imeongezeka by $1 billion in the last 2 years. Mnanielewa? This country is changing. Hii nchi tunaibadilisha.
Great. So I'll not go back to the audience. There's quite a bit, you know. Good sir, your name. What did you vote, please? How did you vote? It's not a solution. Why?
Thank you very much for having me here. My name is Diga Marcus from Mukurweini, the land of milk and arrowroots. For me, it's so unfortunate to see our president there saying how he is going to take us abroad. Yet, that is not what we elected him for. When we were electing him, he promised us that he is going to create jobs for us, only for him now to become a signature, that he is putting signature through bilateral talks to send us abroad. So unfortunate about him, because as youths or young people, we are using taxpayers through, for our education, which has been funded by taxpayers, and also our parents are sacrificing for us so much. Then our president wants to send us to Israel to milk cows. He wants to send us to Australia so that we can take care of snakes. So unfortunately, he wants us to take us to Doha so that we can go wash dishes. It's so unfortunate that I graduated. I have a degree.
Good sir. How does one take care of snakes in Australia? Like I can't just allow you to pass with that. Who even goes to Australia to take care of snakes?
Well,
you see, that is the vision of our president. The vision that he has. He can't create
pet
jobs.
managers.
Yes. Yeah, pet managers. That's
is
a better
the only
to
thing
put
that he can.
But let me ask, just for, if you don't have work, argument passes. You don't have work today. You have educated, qualified. What's the problem of you getting a job abroad? What is the problem? The difference between getting a job here and getting it abroad?
The problem is, there is no big problem in going to work abroad, but
Yeah.
I was educated here. So the skills that I got here, I should use them in my country. I don't hate my country. I'm a patriotic citizen. I love my country so much.
Good point.
Why should I take my skilled labor
Yeah.
to USA? Why should I take them? They have their own problems there. I want to solve the problems of my country.
All right.
It's so shameful. Let me add this one. It's so shameful that our president cannot create jobs, but want the jobs that have been created by other presidents there. I think the least he can do.
All right. Let me hear from someone who thinks different. I hope you're thinking different. I want someone who
agrees.
Yes, who
Who
actually agree. We'll come back to you. Are you agreeing that?
A green card.
Okay, please give the lady at the front. I will come back to you. Tell me why it's a good idea to take jobs abroad as opposed to as solving unemployment. Your name, introduce yourself, and why is this a good idea?
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Winnie Bundi, Director of Winbango Agency Limited.
I've been outside the country for 6 years, and now I'm back in Kenya running my agency. I'm agreeing with this because, okay, it will not serve everyone. We can't help everyone travel, but the jobs are there. The thing is, we believe Qatar, Dubai, those famous countries, but right now we have jobs in Saudi, and the cost there, it's not as high. The commission fee is not very high, and the life there is good. You can make life there. So we focus on the negative side, but also some people are getting income there, and they are helping their family back.
Wait, Winnie, can I ask you, what did you train when you're here in school or college?
I didn't go to college because of financial issues.
Here
in Kenya, yeah.
All right. So abroad, what work did you do?
I was working as a housemaid.
All right.
Yeah.
And that helped you to now set up what you have now here?
It did, yes.
So it worked for you to transition from unemployment, things that are not happening in this country. Now you have something that you're solving a problem.
Yeah.
Okay. More voices before they do come and move this conscious forward. Let's pass the microphone to the back, the gentleman on your back. You're burning with this issue. Please stand up, your name. And on the question of jobs abroad, are they solving our economic problems here, unemployment problems here? Where do you sit?
Thank you very much. My name is Mushiru Wakagoni. I am a youth leader at Gatondo North constituency in Kiambu County. And I want to disagree with absolute totality that labor export is a solution to the unemployment we have in this republic. In fact, satirically speaking, I think we should change, or we should rename the Ministry of Labor to Ministry of Human Export. The government is so focused, it has forgotten what we call industrial revolution, and it has embarked on airport revolution. It wants us graduates, instead of lifting our graduation caps, it wants us to be lifting our passports. That every young person of this nation should be queuing in airport to move abroad, to develop other economies, whereas we have our economy as a country to build.
Okay.
It is really unfortunate.
All right.
And maybe one point before I sit down.
Yes.
The president also said that in the last 2 years, the government of Kenya has exported 400,000 youths. We have 730 days in 2 years. If you divide 400,000 by 730, it means that the government has been exporting 548 youths each and every day, including Sundays and public holidays. Yeah. And from my little knowledge, I understand that the biggest aeroplane at KQ has a capacity of 250 people. So it means 2 big aeroplanes at KQ move out of the country each and every day, export people to different destinations of the world to work there. I think hii ni maajabu. What are we really talking about? Uongo ingine.
Sir, thank you.
It is really unfortunate for us young people.
Your point is made. And Eric Latif, on the facts, your job is on shaky grounds. You'll be unemployed very soon. Very soon, your job. Kuna mtu wa mathematics. Can I get one final thing before we come back here? Yes, the lady. Your name and where do you vote?
My name is Faith, Director of Young Moms Initiative, and I don't subscribe to whatever our president said. I, being ex-Gulf worker, the condition is not conducive for us.
Where did you work? Could you just tell us a brief story of where you worked? What happened to you?
I used to work as a housemaid, but at that time I used to work, I was privileged to get a boss who was very nice for me, and I pursued my career. That is, I did nurse, so currently I'm a nurse by profession under my boss. So I don't subscribe to that because I, being an ex-Gulf worker, is because, one, the constitution there is not conducive for us. Those people, they mistreat us. You can imagine someone telling you to wake up 12 a.m. That is 6 a.m. in the morning, you work until midnight. And the salary is so petty. someone paying 29,000, you have to buy for your own credit, you have to buy for your own basic needs. And now President is telling us to go and work outside. Those people, they depend on our minds. Like 2 years ago, I was in Qatar as well. I was working there. And you can imagine my boss calling me, being a kadama in the house, she wants me to help her make decision of a job. Really? You are the boss. I'm here as a housemaid. You get it? And also, like, those embassies, they don't even help us. We have a lot of women in those embassies, in those prisons, man. They are fighting each and every day. They want to come back home, but you have to stay there because you have not terminated your contract. And no one is there to fight for them.
Can I ask you?
Please do.
So now you are trained as a nurse.
Yeah.
Are you employed here as a nurse?
To the CS, Alfred Mutua, someone said, what do we call the ministry now?
Ministry of Human Export.
The Minister of Human Export. When he spoke about skills and this skills gap in the country and the problem that face, let's listen to Alfred Mutua.
Kuna watu wengi wanataka kazi lakini wengine wanaogopa. Wanaona ya kwamba kwa muda mrefu watu wamedanganywa sana, wamelipa mamilioni ya pesa ikapotea. Ndio sababu serikali imeamua sasa sisi ndio tutasimamia. Na tuko hapa na serikali ni serikali. Ukicheza na kazi ya pesa ya wananchi, kukono wananchi, mimi Alfred Nganga Mutua na DC yetu kutoa hapo nyumbani kwako, tukuweke huko ndani kwa kule Maragwe. Waache kucheza na pesa ya wananchi. So you can trust this process. Ndio unaona mimi waziri nimekuja hapa mimi mwenyewe kukuhakikishia kwamba the government is in charge and we are making sure hakuna ukora itafanyika. We want it to be very fair. The agents here have told them just deal with people who are getting recruited. I told them don't start telling people I'll call you to come to Nairobi to get a job. Offer the job. Once they have a job now, they can come to Nairobi, they can be told you'll need a ticket, you'll need this. The employer is taking care of this, you take care of this.
Let me speak to the lady here and then put the microphone to the gentleman at the back here. Yes, please.
Good evening all. Kwa majina naitwa Ndoni Mwangi, naomba kuongea na Kiswahili. Tuseme hivi, economy haitabadilika. Economy itazidi kupanda juu. Hakuna siku economy itaenda chini. Hata sisi wenye wanataka kwenda, if wataenda, hakuna siku economy yetu itaenda chini. Then kuna hii msemo inasema uweze nifunza uvuvi, something like that. Uweze nifunza uvuvi na unataka bado niendelee kukuonyesha. Unaona, if our president aje atuambie nina kazi, nataka twende mahali, you know, kazi ni mingi huku Kenya. Mimi nafanya kazi za online jobs. As for me, they give me money. Nilikuwa Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia hakuna kitu ilinipatia cause nilikuwa Saudi Arabia like only 6 months, and those 6 months I came like nothing. Nilikuwa sijui vile naweza sema, but I was drained. Mimi kwa nyumba yenye nilienda, it wasn't a good house. Nilikaa miezi 6, those guys hawataki kunilipa, hawataki kunipa chakula. So hadi nikaongea na agent, and then here home ukiongea na agent, thank you, hata leo tuko na agent pia wanafaa kutuambia hivyo. Sisi tuko huko, wako huko, tunawaambia our agent tusaidie hapa. I used to tell my agent, nisaidie hapa, mbona hapa kuko hivi, naomba unirejeshe Kenya ama unitafutie kazi nyingine wapi kule. Agent ananiambia hapana, hakuna uwezekano, lazima ukae Saudi miaka ngapi? 2 hadi umalize contract. Kwa nini? Hapana, tusiende huko. Ni heri, ni bora kazi. Si tunasema ni bora kazi, upate chakula yako, mtoto asome, umepata 1 2 3 bas. If mimi niko na 50k saizi, and hiyo 50k na mtu mwenye ako juu, mimi wa Kenya hapa nitakuwa mbele kuliko mtu mwenye ako nje. Kwa hivyo ni heri kazi bora.
This conversation is going on nicely. Agent has been adversely mentioned, so I'll come. I want to finish this conversation here. Please bring the microphone to the agent who is adversely mentioned. Then I want to go to Mercy Otieno from Heart Kenya, because now I want to discuss this question of actually what happens. The agents have been questioned, and it's a big problem that the agents are not providing help to the workers who are abroad, and especially those who work in the Gulf countries.
Okay, so nitamjibu pia kwa Kiswahili. Saidi pia government kuna vile haitusaidii kama agents, kwa sababu Saudi kuna zile regulations wanatuwekea. For example, msichana akienda anaambiwa kama hajamaliza 3 months pale kwa employer, kama nyumba ni mbaya anarejeshwa Kenya. Unakuta ile ofisi ile pesa ilikuwa imenilipa, msichana akirudishwa mimi nalipa ofisi. Na si pesa kidogo, it's a lot of money. So ukiambia msichana avumilie, saa zingine haizivumilia. Msichana akitoroka, bado burden is on me. We don't share the loss with the Saudi office. Wow, they don't care. Na yule employer mwenye alichukua msichana alitulipa both the Kenyan office and the Saudi office. Lakini shida ikitokea, the Kenyan office carries the burden. So what is our government doing to protect us as agents?
Okay. I have a question to you. Okay. Noticing you're an agent, are your hands tied by the government or you tie yourself? Because you have the direct link with the client, who happens to be the girl that goes, and then you have a direct link with another business, which is C2B, which is the Saudi government. When there are calls, like what she's saying, calls of abuse, calls of domestic violence, are those things you really need to negotiate and look at as a loss?
We don't negotiate. Like personally, myself, I've been there. I've worked for 6 years as a housemaid. Yeah. So in such cases, I understand because I've been there. Yeah. And usually what I try to do is, wanajaribu tukate ndege msichana rudi kwa hasara yangu mimi. You can imagine, Mwarabu atakukata $1,000, msichana rudi Kenya. Hiyo ni hasara kubwa. Wakirudi wasichana 5, nitafunga ofisi, nitarudi Gulf. So tunajaribu kusema ni kama kuna shida pale, wacha ofisi ya Saudi na government wasaidie agent. Isikuwe mimi naambiwa sisaidii msichana na saa zingine hakuna kitu naweza fanya. Maybe nililipwa ile pesa, nilikata ndege, nililipa ticket, nikalipa shule, nikalipa passport, nikampeleka shule, nikabaki na 20,000. Akikataa kazi nafaa kulipa 120,000. Hii 100 natoa wapi na ilishatumika? So government pia isaidie. Si agent tukataa kusaidia msichana. Sometimes unaambia msichana ile mwezi moja ulifanya kazi, tukate ndege urudi. Msichana hataki. Sometimes hakuna hiyo pesa ya ndege. Hata government ingilie kati. Watu wenye wako embassy walipiwe na government, because kama mimi sasa sina hiyo pesa, what will I do?
Aya, hiyo microphone iko wapi? Tunataka tumalize mambo kwanza agent. Yes. Tafadhali.
I want to shoot my shot to you as an agent. As I said, I'm Faith, and I'm a former ex-work in Gulf. One thing, you as agent, you lie to us. You give us a contract. Now, the contract that you give to us, it's different from what we find in Saudi or in Qatar or in Dubai. Another thing, you don't tell us that there's a digital business that you're doing, because my boss pays you for me to go there. But when I come to your agency, I have to pay for my passport, I have to pay for my medical, yet my boss has paid for you. Why do you people lie to us?
Let me answer you. The boss doesn't pay for you.
Can I finish my questions before you answer me, please? Sure. Second, when a girl tells you that there is a thing called probation season, there is 90 days when you go to your boss. You have to weigh if you are comfortable working in your boss's house, and if you're not comfortable, you have to go back to the agent. There is an agency either in Saudi or in Qatar for your agent to get you another house. But you, when we reach out to you people, you don't agree to change the houses. You're like, you have to persevere there. You have to stay there for 2 years. Having in mind that in those houses, some of them, even they attempt to rape us. You get it? And when we run to embassies, we have nowhere to go. You go to the embassy tells you have to pay your ticket. You get? Having in mind that my probation season is 3 months, if the environment is not conducive, I can't go back home. You get? You people, you need to tell us the truth. Protect our girls. We don't have rescue centers in those countries. Mtu amerepiwa na boss wake amekimbia mengia streets. And when someone calls you, you start insulting them. You're going to have to return money. Yet my boss niye amekulipa. Mi passport yangu nimejilipia before niende pale. And another thing, why do those bosses hold our passports? Yet it's our money.
Those questions are enough. All right?
Those
questions are enough.
Let me answer.
I know there are so many agents, but please just answer.
Let me just answer her, yes. Then I'll give the mic.
Yes.
So I'm going to answer on the basis of the boss pays for you. Right now, I've been in the business for 2 years. The only country that the boss pays for you is Saudi Arabia. Only. If you go to Qatar, you pay for yourself. If you go to Dubai, you pay for yourself. So if you pay for yourself and you want to go back, who will pay for your ticket? You paid for your ticket to go there, and then you want to come back. Your boss didn't pay me when you went to Dubai. No, only Saudi, and even the government knows, only Saudi, your boss will pay for you. So when you want to come back and you took yourself there, who will bring you back?
You took yourself.
All right. I want to Mercy to just give the microphone to Mercy. Come on the front. You will all have a chance to speak. I'm following a sequence. Mercy, the question of who's right versus who's wrong. So I have no rights. I've taken a job and I've gone to whatever it is in the Gulf. I'm unhappy. No one knows what's happening to me. How does that situation play out from what you've seen?
All right, so my name is Mercy. I work with Awareness Against Human Trafficking. We support survivors of human trafficking. So in this whole situation, one of the things we need to talk about is safe migration. Because what we are hearing here is people are leaving and they do not have proper information. And when we talk about safe migration, we mean that you need to have access to accurate information. So have information with regards to your safety, your dignity, your legal protection, as well as access to support so that we prevent situations of exploitation, abuse, or harm to the individuals that we are looking into supporting leave the country. So in that case, it means that even as a country, even as a government, as an individual who's looking to migrate abroad, I need to ensure that I have access to this information. So the first thing that needs to happen is if I am going for work, my documentation, how does my documentation look like? Majority of the people who are leaving will tell you they left with a tourist visa. Yeah. The tourist visa will expire after 3 months. So that means you are in another country and you are irregular there because you do not have proper documentation, yet you're working. Your contract says you're staying there for 2 years, but your work permit, you don't even have a work permit, and that legal document that you had has already expired. So then you're putting yourself in a situation where you'll be exploited before you leave. So it's important for us to have this information, as well as the government to give people this information, because most people don't have this information. So even as we're advocating for people to leave, the minister should also be talking about safe migration, looking at, are you going with a registered agency? And it's not enough for you to go with a registered agency, because as an organization we've seen, we have agencies that are registered but are still engaging in malpractice. So instances where they need to support you to come back, but they're not helping you. Distress calls are being made, they're actually ignoring or blocking this.
I'll lean on your expertise here.
Okay.
As someone who works in this space and seen many cases, is our government doing enough? Yes or no?
No.
They're not doing enough?
Yes.
All right. Let's give this gentleman the microphone. You said earlier the government is doing quite a lot of work to improve on this situation.
I think I didn't say the government is doing a lot of work. We say out there's opportunities. The reason why I registered an agency is to make sure, as a profession who works and runs a company in a first world country, I understand why should somebody go outside the country and the policies of that country. Like now in Australia, we are very negative about people going outside the country. But imagine, in Australia, there's a lot of opportunity for employment. But Australia will not have a bilateral talk with Kenya because they see how we behave here mostly, what is happening. Things are, in the social media, people are advocating not to go outside the country. And you find somebody saying, when you go to Australia, you'll be washing snakes. There are no snakes to be washed in Australia, you know? There are very really jobs. What we want is, I've run an agency for 1 year. I haven't sent somebody outside the country. I don't want to send people to countries where there are no clear policies because I need to protect myself. Last week I was having an interview with the National Employment Authority, okay? They called me as a director of the company to come to sit for an interview. They sent a message on Monday and they wanted me to be here on Thursday, okay? To travel to Australia to here is 27 hours of flight. I'm supposed to be here. I went to the board, I asked them, why do you do this, okay? We need to act professionally as a government. There are great opportunities out there. I run a company out there. I need people to support people with mental health. I need people who can work with older people. They pay minimum $31 an hour, okay? If you work in a month, you make good money, okay? And that's why I'm coming back to Kenya now to provide for jobs. The company I'm creating in Kitale, it will employ 200 people for textile. What am I looking into? I need to export clothes to Australia, okay? All clothes that people wear in Australia come from Bangladesh. They come from China. Why are we not able to create this opportunity?
All right.
Okay.
Let's get the background to the gentleman at the back, and then I will come back to the panel, Eric and Sharon, to move the conversation forward. Yes, to him, and then to the gentleman at the back. Yes.
Okay, thank you. My name is Dennis, and I've been working in the recruitment agencies. I've had so many challenges here about the gov positions. So I would like to introduce you guys to something else, a new industry again abroad. It is called the cruise ship industry. If you're a graduate and you know you graduated with a degree, you graduated with something that at least you have a skill, that industry doesn't have challenges. And of course, we are going abroad. The challenges are there, of course, but they are minimal compared to those that we have in Gulf.
Are you speaking about seafarers?
Yes.
Okay. And more.
Yes. Now I'm speaking about the seafarers because I've worked in the agency and currently I'm operating as a consultant.
So what kind of skills are you looking for?
opportunities.
What kind of skills? Just give us like 5, 6, 7 skill sets that you're looking for.
So the skills that they look for, a doctor, if you did medicine, there is an opportunity there. Those are people that earn even up to $6,000 to $8,000 US, just being a doctor. So us as young people, we have opportunities there, be it you did hospitality. If you are a teacher, just recently we recruited teachers to go abroad. A teacher earns over $3,000 US.
A month?
And you go, yes, that is per month.
All right.
And there is no mistreatment. There are no those stories that you don't pay for your rent, you don't pay for food, you are just moving on the open seas.
All right.
Okay.
We have over like 3,000.
You're cruising.
Just hold it. Let me ask
cruising.
you,
Yes.
have you worked there?
No, I've not worked there. So, let me tell you.
Just a second. So, no, you have not worked there.
Yes.
In an honest, and nobody will throw a stone at you, how many people in your own family would you advise to go?
Okay. I have so many
Be very
people.
honest. We're
In
heading
my
somewhere,
honest
right? Yeah.
in my
because
honest
you're a
opinion.
consultant.
Yes.
Would you take any of your family members there?
Yes, I would.
To do what?
Definitely.
To do
Because actually there are some family members that I am currently working on, so that
so
they
they have
can go
not
and
gone
work
yet.
there.
Okay.
I can advise anybody to go on the cruise ship.
But
There are no
yourself, you
challenges.
haven't gone.
I haven't gone.
Okay.
And I'm looking forward to go there.
All right.
Yes.
Give the gentleman the microphone at the back. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Just to add on that,
Yes.
and I say this because about 6 years ago, I did a very comprehensive report about the status of seafarers in Kenya. And at the time, unless that has changed since then, there were several challenges, and biggest of which was that Kenya had not gotten into formal agreement with the governing body. I need to remember what that is. It's that this kind of ratification then regulates, first of all, allows the partnership with Kenya and these cruise ship owners, you know, the people who employ, and also then creates a framework where you can oversee the welfare of workers. And I know that we got into this agreement about a few months after we did the report, and that opened opportunities for so many people to get jobs there. What we need to check is the welfare, the opportunities available, and how Kenyans then report how this has been coming. But that's a good point.
All right, quickly, before we go.
Thank you very so much. This is Kelly. I want to say this. As much as we are praising and encouraging people to go and work outside there, we need to ask ourselves a very simple question. What are we creating here? Because if you told me education is the key, you created the key here, why can't you create the door for that key? Because why are you giving me the key, then sending me out to go and look for the door? I don't know where the door is located. Show me the door. This government is closing down industries and building churches for us to come back to the same churches, for the pastors to pray for us to get jobs where a company was. So that is the mistake we are making. So first of all, let us fix this nation. Because these guys are looting everything they see, left, right, and center. They are stealing everything they see, they loot. So why are we sending these kids to school? To do what? To speak English. Because for us here, English is a language for successful people. If you speak Swahili, you are a failure.
Yes.
So we are going to school to speak good English, but nothing in our head. Our education systems are messed up. It teaches us only two things: cram and remember. Take, for instance, a student, an IT student who graduated 2 years ago. Tell them you're giving them a job in an IT firm. They'll tell you, give me time to refresh. They have forgotten whatever they learned there. So they are not giving us an ideas and teaching us how to be creative. They are only telling us, cram, remember, simple, go home.
Point number one. I want to thank you very much for agreeing to come to this function and to also to be able to flag off this group that is going to Qatar after a really public recruitment. I also want to thank His Excellency the President for his brilliant idea of labor mobility and the way he's been able to support and push this move, because it is essential for our economy. I want to thank also the organizers of this 1 week long, especially our young, energetic man, Dennis Itumbi, for the work that you've been done and the coordination. We don't take it for granted. Your efficiency is well known. 2, when I was appointed to this ministry, a day after I was sworn in to be the Minister for Labor, I wrote a letter to Qatar, and it was transmitted by His Excellency the Ambassador, to my counterpart, Dr. Ali bin Said bin Samik Al-Mari, the Minister for Labor for Qatar, and invited him to come to Kenya so we can discuss opening up Qatar for professional and skilled labor, so that it's not just cleaners or people, you know, who are going there. So we expanded. When he came, he offered us, when he met the president, a company that was ready to recruit 8,000 Kenyans to go to work in Qatar, including nurses and people of different categories. We had a very public recruitment here at KICC and also at Kabete National Polytechnic, organized very well by our PS for TVET. And we had a wonderful, wonderful recruitment. The Ambassador of Qatar, thank you very much. I'll say you've been very, very supportive. We were able in the first round to recruit slightly over 3,000. And so since then, we've been processing documents. What usually happens, Your Excellency, is that you have to undertake medical. And some people pass, others fail. They are very cautious about chest diseases, but also about people who've been taking drugs. Because you go, they test your blood, they test all these things, and if you've been smoking bangi every once a week or so, it shows. So they don't want people who smoke marijuana in their country. They don't want drug takers in their country. So some people have actually been eliminated because they were taking drugs, yet they were very good, skilled people. Nobody in the world wants drug takers, etc. And then, Your Excellency, also, we had to get their visas all aligned. So today, I'm very happy that now we have started the move. We have visas, we have passports ready, we have air tickets, and the first batch that will be traveling from today to this weekend will be nearly 300 young men and women going to Qatar. And some of them are here with their families. Maybe you can stand up, the first cohort going to Qatar. Simameni wale walio hapa, and you can see they're very well dressed. They are all here, and others wako kule nyuma. So, asante. And some of them, wale wako nyuma pale wanunua mkono, they have come with their suitcases and their families. And after this, we'll ask you to take a photo with them, because at 1 o'clock, I'm escorting them to the airport to make sure wameenda wakiendanga, so that people know that this is real. We do expect that for the other ones, today we've received, I think, nearly 100 new visas for others. So the visas will now be coming every other day. So this will be a continuous process, people signing job offers, working on it and moving. There are new job offers that have come that have changed. There are people who had been hired to work as cleaners, whose job has changed to work as packers, to pack. It's the same job. So we'll have to be resigning. Some of you will be resigning, the ones traveling tomorrow and over the weekend. And Your Excellency, we are sending a crew with this team so that we can actually show them in Qatar, working in Qatar. Ndio watu wanaosema ni stories za jaba, wameze wembe. Number 3, Dennis Itumbi talked about something very important, about the whole aspect of commissions. Now, there are 2 aspects of employment. You see, these are not our jobs. These jobs are overseas. It's a company that decides, I want to hire Kenyans. When they say they want to hire Kenyans, some companies say, I will pay for onboarding of the Kenyan. I will pay for their ticket, I will pay for their medical, I'll pay for their transport, I'll pay for all these processes. Their job is just to get into the plane and come here, and I'll take care of them. Those are few. Majority say you want employment. If you're in Kisumu and want to be employed in Nairobi, the person who wants to employ you does not send you a ticket to come here. Unajilete, si ndio? So in the same way they are saying, you come here. Now, Your Excellency, the government cannot recruit people. That is done through agencies that are recruited according to the law. So the recruitment agencies are the ones who know where to rush for medicals, where to do attestation of documents and all that. So these agencies are the ones now you work with to ensure that your documents are in order and to be able to travel. So when the agencies say this is the breakdown, they need to give you a breakdown of how much it costs you for your ticket, everything, plus a small agency fee for them to remain in office. So I hope you understand. So nobody, and this is very important, nobody is forcing you to go. Nobody is forcing you to pay. You make the choice. I went to Australia. They say they want nurses. They'll be paying them 500,000 shillings a month. But before you can become a nurse in Australia, before you go, they need you to do attestation, they need you to do exams. When you look at all those things plus the ticket of nearly $1,500, it comes to nearly 300,000 shillings just to go to Australia. The companies, they are not paying, but they say the job is here, get everything done and you come. So it's good for you to understand that there are some that provide everything, others don't provide everything, and it's there. My job as a minister is to make sure that you're not conned. If you've paid a deposit and you fail your medicals, then you get back the remaining money that you need to get. You don't get conned, and you go back and you do your life. Maybe you change your mind after a while. You know, you find a beautiful girl, you decide, roho yangu, nyota yangu ni hii, sitaki kumwacha hapa, ataenda. So you say, I'm not traveling. I want to get married. I've got another job in Kenya. It's okay. They cut the medical fee, they cut their fee that they use to process you, and they give you back the rest of the money. So nobody will be conned under my watch. Number 4, there are all types of jobs that are available, Your Excellency. The other day I went to see off a group of 42 that are going to the Bahamas. Chefs, waiters, very good salaries at the Bahamas. And so we've got all kinds of jobs that are available. We currently going on right now at the TVET here, Nairobi Technical, no, the other one here, near Pangani, Kamukunji. Right now, they are interviewing people who are riders. Mtu wa boda boda, unapata kazi, you become a rider in Dubai, dropping packages and everything, and you make 100,000 shillings a month. That is going on. There is going to be an activity in Kilifi for the same. This morning, I got an offer. Somebody said they have 7,000 jobs of technical work. Plumbers, electricians, for Dubai. We'll be announcing that so that you give an opportunity to everybody. I will still go around the country, so I can go to every county, so people don't have to come to Nairobi to get jobs. We have some that will be in Nairobi because of ease and the speed, because the 7,000, they need them before the end of the year. We have to do them in a central place, but others will be going lastly. Your Excellency, as we hired these people, Qatar, in the list that they gave us, some of the people that were hired, 23 have been banned because they went to Qatar before and they broke the law. So whatever you do follows you. So those, they're actually drivers. We have now to tell them, sorry, you cannot travel. You're not wanted in Qatar. They just sent us the list. The ambassador here organized with the ministry, and we just recruited 200 police officers for Qatar. And they are just doing their security check. By the end of this month, they'll be going to Qatar to work as police officers, making good money in Qatar. 5, as I get to the end. There's this talk about brain gain versus brain drain. When people leave the country and go overseas, they're not going to stay there. They'll come back. They're actually gaining skills. When you go to Germany, for example, or you go to England and you're working as a technician, you are gaining skills that we don't have in our country, or even better way of doing things. So when you come here, you are actually bringing better ideas that we have not seen before. How to do things better. If you go to Qatar, Qatar has very high standards, very first world country. You find that hii madhogodhani unaeka gypsum vibaya, vitu unaeka vibaya autataki. You'll come back with discipline of how to do your things. The polytechnics, the TVETs are usually adjusting their curriculum to fit the international standard that has been required by Qatar, Saudi, and other nations. So we are actually gaining when people go overseas. And we have very many people out here. We have over 5.4 million Kenyans who can work if they got an opportunity to work. We can't absorb all of them. When a few go overseas, it doesn't mean that we are losing anything in our country, because we have more professionals, people who are trained, than we actually can absorb in our economy. So they go, but the gap is not there. But they go and come back with new ideas. So wale naysayers, wanapiga mdomo, wanasema hii iwezekani, nitakwambia inawezekana. And this will happen. Wacha wale wanataka kwenda waende. Wewe funga mdomo, kaa hapo na hiyo pesa yako na kazi yako, because the ones complaining about people going overseas, yeye yuko kazini na hajui wewe uko nyumbani umesota. Wewe mwambiwe nyamaza, kaa nyumbani, wacha sisi tujitafutie haki yetu, tuende ngambo, tutarudi, tuendelee kujenga taifa. Na tujenga taifa tukiwa huko tukituma pesa.